year now, so I hope my speech and my voice on the way up does not bother you. We do have to come up with our own speeches. I think I have mine down pretty good. I haven't been kicked in the shin for a while, so I think I got it. Voice changed many, many years ago. I can't do a darn thing about it. But we're leaving an elevation of 6,559 feet. We're going to be traveling up to 10,378 feet. That's almost a 4,000 foot vertical rise within 15 minutes. We're going to be traveling at 13.7 miles an hour, which is approximately 20 feet per second. The tram was first constructed from 1964 to 1966 at a cost of just over $2 million. Give you an estimate on what it would cost us in today's economy, back in 1997, we replaced all of our cables for $1.9 million. It cost about $40 to $50 million today to build this. It took approximately 5,000 helicopter flights to complete the entire tram. But in just a minute, I'll point it out, if you look out of either side of the cabin and look down, you're going to notice we're going to be going over what looks like a really large hiking trail. And here it comes. That trail is going to go from my side of the cabin to the opposite side, and it's going to follow right along with us up to Tower 1. That's actually the original access road they used in the 60s to bring manpower and material up to build Tower 1. If you look out the opposite side of the cabin from me, look to the top of that first hill we're passing. You're going to notice a large boulder up there perched about a 45-degree angle. As we get away from it, that boulder is going to start looking like a cannon about to fire on the Sandia mountain. So of course we named it Cannon Rock. Cannon Rock right there is the same size as this tram car.
Wow.
For the past 3.5 months, we have been spotting bear and bear with cubs throughout the entire trip to the top all day long. So if you're looking out there and you see a dark shadow and it's moving, other than our shadow, it is a bear. Imagine you are one of those bears. You got your baby bears in tow right behind you. That ravine on the other side of the cabin from me, the farthest one over, follow it up and around to the right through those two little rock cliffs. Keep going. You see where those trees start to grow on the bottom of that ravine? See where they cut to the right? You might make out what looks like an awkward stack of rocks, a finger, or a totem pole. Here comes another one of those really great original names. That is Totem Pole Pinnacle. That is actually one rock that has been eroded away throughout time. From the base to the top stands almost 8 stories tall. This rock face that we're coming up alongside of, to me it looks like Paul Bunyan walked up, took a giant ice cream scoop down out of the side of it. That kind of pink area right there. But right there and just above it, in the early 30s, was struck by a single bolt of lightning. They estimated over 500 tons of granite was blasted out of the side. That's because these rocks are covered in cracks. When it rains, those cracks will fill with water. Lightning will strike instantly, turning that water to steam. And a lot of times that can cause this granite to explode like dynamite. We are coming up on Tower 2. It is much shorter than Tower 1. It's only about 80 feet tall. Take a look around, you might notice something's missing. There's no access road. It was impossible to build one at this point. So 3,000 of those 5,000 helicopter flights I mentioned were dedicated to this one tower. Everybody in the front, do me a favor. Continue facing forward.
No.
Right about now, lift your left foot and lean to the right. We want those rocks. Okay, we will get a swing and sway. It's going to be a delayed one. It's going to be a decent one. Here it comes. But now for the most original name we can come up with for things around here, we are entering Big Canyon. The other tram is coming up on my side. It's a good photo opportunity. If you're not taking pictures, wave to them, blow them a kiss, make them feel loved. As we pass, we will be at our halfway point. That's because the cables that are pulling them up and down the mountain are the same ones pulling us. We are now at our highest point off the ground. That is just over 996 feet. That's almost the height of the Empire State Building. As you're looking out there, if you're anything like me, I kind of doubt it, I'm a dork. We haven't been able to tell all my jokes. But you might notice quite a few of those trees would make amazing Christmas trees if you had 120-foot ceilings. A few of those trees down there are 100 to 115 foot tall. So it shows for you folks that I can see with the white-knuckled death grips on these poles, you can let go and look out. There's no depth perception up here. Okay, the next canyon we're coming into is called Echo Canyon. A lot of those trees down there are almost 200 foot tall. You might notice they're a lot more green and lush than anywhere else around. That's because there's a natural spring that runs year-round right through that canyon. Everything else relies on snowmelt and rainfall. This rock face that we're coming up alongside of right here, straight out that side, there's kind of a flat area right there from the bottom to the top. During the summer season, we get a lot of rock climbers that will hike out here and climb that. I'm an amateur climber, been climbing about 2 years now, but even if I was an expert, and because the guys I climb with are nuts, you wouldn't catch me on that rock face. About 80 to 85% of those climbers will free climb it. No ropes, no anchors. Yeah, my life's not the greatest. I work at a Tram, but I still love it. No, I'm kidding. I love my job. But I've seen this personally. I wish I hadn't. But a few of those climbers, as the tram goes by, will actually stop their climb, perch themselves on those rock outcroppings, take their shirts off and flex their muscles to get their pictures taken to boost their ego. So we named that rock face Ego Boost. Take a look around everywhere at all of these granite faces. You might notice there's an odd pink color to all of it. That's a potassium mineral. It's a small crystal called feldspar. About 15 minutes before sunset, the sun's rays will hit this side of the Sandia mountain just right, and it will glow a reddish pink. The best place to see that is from the other side of town, because then you see the entire mountainside glowing. And you will see what the Spanish saw when they came over to settle this area, something that looks like a slice out of a watermelon. A lot of times the color is identical. We believe that's why they named this the Sandia Mountain. Sandia in Spanish is watermelon. Straight up, all the way back. Farthest highest point back there, that kind of white peak, straight out, up and back. You might make out what looks like a cabin. Square feature, a couple of windows. Nobody? Okay, you see it? All right. That's called the Kiwanis Cabin. That was built in the early 30s by the CCC, which is the Civilian Conservation Corps. 2 reasons out of many I know of why they built that. One was if the weather up here got bad while they were working, they had a warm, dry place to go. The other reason, they got tired of traveling up and down and around the mountain every day on some really nasty dirt roads. It would take them hours. They would stay in that at night during the week. They had bad luck with those cabins. And the reason I say cabins, it took them 3 tries to get it right. First one they built burnt down. Second one they built, because of the high winds on that peak, can get gusts of over 150 miles an hour, blew away. So if it sounds like a story you once heard, third little piggy got smart, built that one out of stone. It's a 1.5 mile hike, one way from my upper terminal. It's a real simple hike, path is well maintained, well marked. In my opinion, from that point there, you get great pictures and you get amazing pictures. Great pictures you get inside the cabin. It's abandoned, it's made out of stone, it's neat looking. The amazing pictures. On a beautifully clear day like it is today, you have a 360-degree view of over 11,000 square miles. That's about 9% of the state of New Mexico. Okay, as we come into dock, we're going to experience a couple little bumps. That building up and directly in front of us is the Four Seasons Information Center. We have restrooms in there, a water fountain, really neat displays along the walls that will tell you a lot about the mountain. Take the red walkway to my left, you'll make it to the High Finance Restaurant. Amazing food, amazing view. Trams leave between right away and 15 minutes, depending on how many customers we have waiting. You do not have to be on the next one down. The last tram down is going to be about 9:30 tonight. Spend the rest of the day up here if you want, but I recommend at least being on that last one. Yeah, it's a 12-mile hike back. It's going to get cold. There's mountain lion and bear, and they will not let you cuddle. I hope I didn't bore you folks too much. I hope you enjoyed the ride out. It's lucky I took out the really corny jokes from my first speech. Unless you want to hear them. Sure. All right. My job has its ups and downs. This is the high point of my day. It's all downhill from here. My personal favorite, because I came up with it, they literally pay me just to hang out.